Hello and welcome to another instructional video for digital art and design. So what I'm going to show you right now is how to remove the background from a photo and have transparency so that the objects in the photo can be something other than a rectangle. So the first thing I'm going to do is make my layer into a normal layer, because when you open a photograph it's going to be a background layer. So a background layer can't have transparency. So if I double click this layer, it brings up this new layer window, and I'm just going to hit OK. Notice it's naming it layer 0. That's fine. But I hit OK, and now this layer is a normal layer, and it can have transparency. So to get rid of my background, I've got a couple different ways I can do that. Basically, I want to either select the background and delete it, or I want to select the objects, invert that selection, and then delete it, or something like that. So as we typically do, we want to select with the easiest way possible. So I could try to do a couple different things here. There is a background eraser tool, if I can find it. Hang on, I'm looking. So the eraser tool and then the background eraser tool. So I'm going to just try the background eraser tool, and it's going to erase. Okay. And it kind of does that. Magic eraser tool. That also works if I click. But notice I'm going to lose my clear bottle for sure. If you have a clear bottle, you might want to just give it up and lose it. Okay. But this magic eraser tool, pretty quickly gets rid of anything based on color. Okay. Well, actually, let me go back, undo all of that, because another way to do it would be the object selection tool. And let's see what it does if I make a selection around the objects that I want to keep. It's going to look at what I select. And it does a pretty good job of selecting it, but it definitely struggles with the clear glass. So if I want to keep that clear glass, what I can do is now try to fix my selection. So I would go with, for example, I'll take the elliptical marquee tool. I'm going to hold the shift key to add, and I'm going to drag from within here and just try to fix this curve there. Maybe here I'm going to use that same tool, hold option, and see if I can make a curve that kind of fits right there. Not bad. Same thing here. Zoom in a little bit more. It works. So then I could take, for example, the polygon lasso tool. I'm going to hold shift. Make a straight line that comes down here. And then one that comes up here. And maybe I'll go back to the ellipse tool, and let's see if I can get kind of the rim of this. So I'm just making ellipses and some other shapes to try to fix this selection up. Some places, the polygon lasso tool, so I'm going to hold option to subtract. Here I might just use the regular lasso and just hold option, click and drag along here, see if I can do it. Not bad, not great. So if I do subtract more than I want, it might even be easier to fix this by adding an ellipse, because that gives me that nice perfect curve that I can probably get to fit with a little finessing. Yeah, something like that. Here too, look, it's kind of messed up there. I'll subtract an ellipse and then I'll hold shift. Maybe do it in a couple pieces. Now I'm using the space bar to reposition my curve as I'm making it. I'll lasso to subtract. Here too. So really it's whatever tools you want to use to make your selection. Whatever you're good with, go for it. For example, the pen tool, one of my favorite tools. I could take the pen tool, make a very accurate curve here. Now my pen tool is set to path. You can see that up top right here. Okay, so if I make this path, it doesn't affect my selection until I choose to do that. So I'm going to control click on it. So I'm still on the pen, I press control and hold that down and click on my path, and I'm going to choose make selection. And it's going to ask me, what kind of selection do you want to make, or what do you want to do operation wise? I want to subtract that from my selection because I already have a selection. So I'm going to do that. Boom. Okay. So lots of different ways to do this. I mean, I could painstakingly make this entire selection using the pen tool, but it's typically going to be easier to start with some of those selection tools first. Whoops. Once again, control click, make selection, subtract from selection. All right, so hopefully you get the idea with that. I want to keep this, so I want to delete the inverse. So I'm going to go to select inverse and press delete. Okay, so now I have my stuff. I'm going to save that, and I want to save it as a PSD. Okay, so that's the default Photoshop for when you have something other than a background layer and you have transparency or multiple layers. Okay, I could also save as a PNG. That would work too. PNGs have transparency, but in this case, I'll just do Photoshop. I'll just name that fruit. Hit save. Hit OK. Now back in InDesign, if I were making an ad and I wanted to put that into my ad, I would just have a frame, so I could use the frame tool. I'd make my frame. I would press Command D, and I save that in my documents as fruit. Okay, now my picture is much bigger than my frame. So I have a couple different options. I can make my frame bigger. I can also control click in the frame and choose fitting, and I'm going to fit the content proportionally. So that's going to basically fit it to my frame. All right, that's basically that. Thanks for watching. Get out there and create.